Hello and welcome back to Pokeball Insider's video walkthrough for Pokemon Sun and Moon version. In this episode we're going to take you through the Wela Volcano Park and the next trial in the Alola region. So to start off, after you've taken out the last trial captain, go ahead and enter that Pokemon Center and heal up if you feel like you need to. Otherwise, you're just going to want to head out of Route 5 and down through Paniola Ranch to Route 6, back to where those Sudowoodo were blocking the path before. Now that you have Water EMZ, you're going to be able to make quick work of those Sudowoodo and get them out of your way so you can continue forward down through Route 6. If you speak to this kid after you clear out the Sudowoodo, you're going to get a Mystic Water. So once you get onto Route 6, you can head to the left side of the route here for a Super Potion. There's also a Rancher, or rather a Trainer, on the right side of the route that you can battle. Since the last episode, I went ahead and caught a Dewpider and leveled it up a little bit. I wanted to get a little bit of type variance in my team. This is a water bug type, which I think will help me out a lot. 2 new types for my team. Definitely the water type will be helpful for this next trial, which is a fire type trial. As you saw, it made quick work of that Magby. I'm going to throw out a Yungoos next, which is a normal type. Shouldn't be a big problem. Went ahead and used this Z move. I equipped the Water EMZ to my Dewpider just to make sure that I could one-hit KO this Yungoos. I didn't think Double Team was worth learning that much. Went ahead and gave up on it. After you defeat this guy, you're going to want to head back just south on the route. And to the left this time, here you'll see a Rancher. You're going to want to battle him. Suppose he's a Pokemon breeder and not a Rancher. He's got a Sudowoodo. Despite what you might think, Sudowoodo is a rock type Pokemon, not a grass type. So water type is super effective against that. Quite easy battle if you've got the right types. So after you defeat that trainer, you're going to want to head through the tall grass back into Paniola Town a little bit, and you can go ahead and pick up TM88 Sleep Talk from that TM ball. Then you're just going to want to continue south, where you'll see Hapu, and a little cutscene will play. And then, as always, Team Skull Grunts will be here to ruin your fun. And of course, as always, when Team Skull introduces himself, you're gonna have to engage in a battle. These guys aren't gonna give you too much trouble. He's gonna have a Drowsy. This is the same grunt, apparently from the berry fields that we took out earlier. I don't know why I chose to use Bubble Beam there. Bug is super effective against Psychic, so I definitely had better options. So, after you've made quick work of that Team Skull Grunt, you're gonna run like always. Seem like thugs at first, but they're scared at heart. So after that little bit of dialogue with Hapu, you can go ahead and head to the right. This is the Battle Royal Dome. We'll be introduced to Battle Royals in just a little bit here. It's a unique new mechanic to Pokemon Sun and Moon. Something you can play around with. You'll have to do one battle by default, and otherwise you can play around with it a little bit, get some rewards for doing some Royal Dome battles. So if you need to heal up, there's a Pokemon Center here. If you go straight up from the Pokemon Center, you'll notice that there's an item ball hiding out to the north here. You can pick up an Ultra Ball from that. And if you head to the right, you'll find Gladion waiting. And it looks like he's about to do Battle Royal in the dome. If you head to the left here in the top corner of this center grassy area, if you come at night, you'll find a Zygarde cell. It's daytime for me, so it's not going to appear. It's exclusive to nighttime. After you're ready, go ahead and head back north into the dome, where you saw Gladion heading into. Just walk forward, of course, and another cutscene will take place, introducing you to the concept of Battle Royals. And a masked yet familiar man will present himself to you, wearing little clothing, as might be familiar. So he explains the mechanics of the Battle Royals. Essentially, you're put up against 3 other Pokemon. Unlike a double battle, it's a free-for-all. So the goal is to just knock out one other person's Pokemon, and that's how you win. That's how it works in the trial. In actual Battle Royals, you'll have 3 Pokemon to work with, and you just want to knock out other people and their Pokemon. without, of course, having yours knocked out. Works very similar to a normal battle, but you've got 3 other people to worry about instead of 1. I went ahead and chose Dupider to use. So notice that a Rockruff is in play, which is going to be very good for my Dupider, since I only need to defeat 1 other Pokemon. I'm going to be targeting that Rockruff, since I've got type advantage over it. So I nearly died because I got double teamed there, but I was able to take out Rockruff real quick, and the battle is then over as soon as you defeat just 1 Pokemon. So go ahead and pick whichever Pokemon seems easiest to kill and just try and kill it before you can get killed. It's kind of just luck if you get attacked by everyone else or not. Here, the next trial captain that you'll be set to defeat, Kiawe, will introduce himself to you. Gladion being edgy as always. So after you finish with the battle, go ahead and just exit the dome to the south. You'll be free to move on to Route 7, which is our next destination. So Route 7 can be found to the right of the Battle Dome over here. You'll notice there's a Zygarde cell. I didn't pick it up, but you can find a Zygarde cell next to one of those trucks. Once you're on Route 7, you got a couple different options here. If you'd like to battle some trainers and pick up some goodies, you can go ahead and head to the right onto the beach here. Otherwise, you can go ahead and just head straight left, but if you'd like some cool goodies, go ahead and head to the right. If you use Stoutland, you can sniff out a nest ball right there. Go ahead and surf to the right around this big rock with Lapras. Should be able to use Stoutland here to sniff out your next goodie. That's going to be a Pearl. So go ahead and run through here as fast as you can, trying to avoid any encounters. Cut it pretty close there. It's always a good idea to whip out the Stoutland and just sniff around and see what you can find. But to the north there's a Maxrapo, which can be very useful, so go ahead and pick that up from the item ball, and then you can head back to the left side of Route 7. Just surfing back across that rock to get back to the beach where you went down on. go ahead, just cross the route to the other side. You'll enter Wela Volcano Park. You'll notice an item ball down in this grass here. You can get a hyper potion from that. And then there's a trainer for you to battle just a little left and to the north there. She'll have a non-Alolan Meowth. Went ahead and used my Z power just because I didn't want to make the battle take longer than it needed to. I knew I didn't have any good type advantage, so wanted to hit it with some brute force. I got the one-hit KO that I was looking for. Figured I might as well replace Gooey Silk with Bite. Essentially a different type attack in exchange for an attack that I will almost never use. Outside of competitive play, forcing a Pokemon to stay in the battle is very rarely useful, so physical attack is definitely wanted to make that trade. So go ahead, enter through this cave here. You'll notice you're actually right next to the trial gate. If you speak to the lady on the left, or right side rather, of the trial gate, your Pokemon will be healed. And then you can go ahead and save if you like, and enter through the trial gate into the Totem's Den. Here Kiawe will be waiting for you, and after a little bit of dialogue you can go ahead and start his trial. So in Kiawe's trial, comes in 3 rounds. You'll have to observe the dance of these Alolan Marowak, and then determine the difference between them, between the first and the second dances. So the answer to the first question is the middle Marowak. It's just holding its club differently, and then after you answer that, whether or not you answer it incorrectly or correctly, you'll need to face a Marowak. You'll have to keep facing one until you answer it correctly. So these Marowak have a fire type now that they took on their Alolan forms. So Dewpider makes quick work of them. Now it's interesting that these dances actually get easier to discern as time goes on. The first one, maybe you weren't able to tell if you weren't watching closely. The others, it's a little bit obvious the differences between them. So the Hiker is the correct answer to this next question, and rather than a Marowak, you'll actually need to defeat the Hiker in a Pokemon battle. Trial is not too challenging, if you'll notice. I suppose the most challenging part is defeating the Pokemon each round, but if you got a strong water type, level 20 or so and above, you're not going to have any trouble with this. Go ahead, take out his Magmar. Should just take a couple good hits with the water attack. Now this next round is somehow even easier than the round before it, because this final dance is actually not possible to fail. If you'll notice, there's an interesting new Pokemon that we haven't seen before. You'll have 4 different options here. All of them are essentially the same thing and will result in you battling with the Totem Pokémon, which is a Totem Salazzle, which is the next evolution of Slender, which is a new Alolan Pokemon. So I went ahead and used my Z move, just hoping that it would just one-hit KO the Totem Pokemon. They've got pretty good stats, so it didn't happen. But it got pretty close. Another interesting thing to note, only female Salandits will evolve into Salazzle, so if you're trying to evolve a male Salandit, you're not going to have very much luck. Dewpider pretty easily able to take that one out. It was kind of unfortunate here that I couldn't use the same move. So I died because of that. I knew I probably would, but I figured I already got the experience from the Totem Pokemon, so it wasn't a huge deal if I went for that risk there. Decided to whip out the old Pikachu. It's gained a couple levels since you guys last saw it. And it took that Salandit out pretty quickly. My Dewpider is evolving, which happened relatively quickly. I did train it quite a bit off screen, so no huge surprise there, but I'm excited. It evolves into an Arachnid, which looks sweet, I might add. Very cool looking Pokemon. Water bug type, cool typing. Pretty excited to be using it. With my keen observations, as if you needed to be keen to pick up on those observations. So probably the easiest Z Crystal you'll get in the game. Assuming you've got a good water type Pokemon. So with that, your trial is going to be complete. And you'll get Fiery Z. And Kiawe will teach you the sacred dance of the Z Stone warriors. I'll give you 10 quick balls. Quick balls, or a lot of the specialty balls don't end up being that useful. Quick balls are pretty useful, especially for things like legendary catching. They've got a 5 times catch rate on the first turn that you encounter a wild Pokemon. After that, they serve the same function as a Pokeball, just a 1 times catch rate. So, go ahead and throw those out right away if you can. Dusk balls are also useful. So with that, this trial is complete. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time